Lawyers in suits, no. PR, yeah, definitely. Hi guys. Here's how it works. I'm going to give you guys a little bit of insight in how it works at different publishers and especially not developers so much, but publishers and whatever. So let's talk about PlayStation. PlayStation PR has different echelons of people. I don't really work with them anymore, so I'm not entirely sure how it goes anymore. But and I don't even want to say any names, but I know there's still a bunch of people I know there. And then in the lower and middle ranks, there's a lot of people I've never even really worked with. And the lower you shake out that tree, so it starts at like the beginning of marketing and PR, like probably the VP of PR marketing or whatever, who is a woman named Jen. I don't know if it's still that. And then from there, it kind of gets into her lieutenants. And then from there, it gets into their lieutenants. And then it kind of spreads into this team of dozens, globally, probably hundreds of PR people. And at the lowest rungs at a place like PlayStation of those PR webs are people that have to write reports about community happenings and buzz, what's being said on podcasts, watch those fucking cringe fanboy YouTube videos. They're seeing all of it. I'm telling you right now, they're seeing all of it. And do I have it on good authority that those people listen to the show? Absolutely. I have it on good authority that people way above PR listen to the show at PlayStation. And I'll be honest with you, someone at PlayStation told me that when they listen and talk about it, that it's like we get a lot of things right, but we also get things wrong. That's what was told to me. But that we, I guess, try to kind of admit when we get wrong, or they kind of understand when we get things wrong and all that, which I think is a great compliment to us. Because we don't have all the information. So what we're really doing is prognosticating so that we're kind of more right than wrong or on the right track, even according to the home base, is great. And I don't blame them that they wouldn't want to work with us. We really don't want to work with anyone anyway, and we have no contact with them. So I don't know. I haven't spoken to Sony PR one time since 2019, I want to say. About anything at all. So I don't know exactly how it works over there anymore. But yeah, we have it on. This is an industry show too. A lot of people at a lot of different studios. I'm actually I haven't even told you guys yet. I'll tell you after the show, but like a random person got in touch with me that I'm going to talk to on the show soon, like an actor. And I was like, what? It's interesting. So like there's like some famous athletes that listen to the show. I won't out any of them. That I know of, and so it's kind of cool that, like, just like anything out there, I always think about that. You could feel like your audience is just everyday people, and mostly it is, because most of us are just everyday people. But certainly when you increase the numbers of a show and get bigger, like our show does, or even for some of the smaller shows, there's no doubt that someone famous or someone known or someone in a place of importance likes what you do or listens to it, or even has an adversarial relationship with it. So I always like thinking about that. If you look at the arena, like, between, we can fill up easily an NFL stadium with the people that listen to the show every week, and more than that. But when you think about that number and all the different people, it's like, well, there's got to be someone in there that you wouldn't expect. I like that. It's fun.
Yeah. And I think it's worth saying, Colin, too, that obviously there are people that are forced to listen to us at PlayStation, but there are people that enjoy the show as well. Mm-hmm. Both from PlayStation and from other developers as well that usually reach out privately one way or another. But it's always it's interesting to have that kind of dynamic. I've said before that I kind of like to, it's funny, I like knowing that people in development or at PlayStation listen, but also sometimes it adds a little bit of pressure, but not really, because it's not going to change. We're still going to say whatever we want. We've shown that to be the case over and over again. But yeah, it's fun. It's nice to know.
It's kind of funny because it's unencumbering. It becomes more and more unencumbering to not have to play that game, and like the PR game. I am so grateful to our audience, because I know that access is everything for a lot of outlets, and we've crafted the situation where it's actually totally irrelevant. In fact, the audience doesn't even expect it, and that's special. And it doesn't have to be that way. And so I appreciate that very much. Thank you. But yeah, shout out to all the people in marketing and development, XDev, all the different studios that listen to the show. I was speaking to someone recently working on Grand Theft Auto 6 that listens to the show. So that's pretty cool. Yeah. And man, imagine how big that's going to be when that game is announced. That game is kind of, it's like this figment of my imagination still. We know it's real. They've acknowledged it. Things leaked from it. So we've seen it, or at least what it used to look like, if not what it looks like now. And that game is going to be a phenomenon. And I I don't know. It's going to be crazy. It's crazy how there's so little to say right now. And yet there's all these looming promises that we are going to start being able to pick at. It's very exciting.